I am live. Just gonna wait for Chelsea to come on, and Instagram is telling everybody that I am live. I'm excited for this, you know. I've never, hello to everybody joining, because I've never actually done a live testimonial with any of the graduates from the Divine. So this feels really exciting. So today Chelsea is going to join me, who is, I think she done the 3rd round maybe of the Divine, and she now has a beautiful, delicious baby called Margaret, who is just an absolute darling, and she's about to come in now. So we're just gonna have a little chat, a little 5-minute. Chelsea as well makes the jewelry. You would have seen me wear it, the crystal earrings that I wear. Chelsea makes. Oh, hello, I was just talking about you.
Hey, how are you, gorgeous?
I'm good. How are you, yummy mummy?
I'm good. I actually got a little bit of sleep last night, so yeah, I feel a little bit more human today.
Love it. I can't know, and she's just so amazing. How are you finding it being a mum?
It's challenging, and I'm tired a lot of the time. But do you know what? Ironically, I know this is going to sound really cliche saying this, but since doing the Divine with you, instead of sitting there and feeling guilty for that, I feel okay with taking that pause and just enjoying these moments while she's teeny. So yeah, it's challenging, but I'm loving being a mum. So yeah, it's crazy. It's just a whirlwind. It really is.
And what was really nice is, for people watching, Chelsea told us she was pregnant, or found out you were pregnant, didn't you? Fine.
Yeah.
But that was really, really good though, because I think, well, just from my perspective, what you got out of it, I feel like was quite different, because there was a lot of things that were coming up, obviously, with the pregnancy during that. So
Yeah.
I just want to first off ask you, what made you join the Divine?
Do you know what? It was about investing in myself, and it's not something that I've willingly done before. And invested in myself in a way that was nothing to do with, making money or just buying something for the sake of buying it. It was the shadow work, so to speak, that I'd heard a lot about but had never really done anything with, which is it. Considering I'm into my crystals and my spirituality and everything like that. How I went that long without really digging deeper, I don't know. So yeah, it was that opportunity to be really, really vulnerable with people that I'd never met before, and to lean into that. So yeah, hence why it didn't take me very long, did it, to turn around and be like, okay, let's do it, we'll figure it out.
You just knew, didn't you? You felt the pull, and I think that's what's really nice about a lot of the majority of women that come into the Divine. They feel the pull, whether that's in
Yeah.
the round before they've signed up, or whether that's the round where they actually sign up. They know this is something that they want to do, and see the big reason in that. Was there any objections that you had to overcome to stepping into that, to investing in your self-love?
I think it was I think it's fair to say the biggest thing for me was I had this feeling of either being too much or not enough, depending on who it was relating to. And as we kind of talked, and I expressed to you, I also went for a big shift in obviously my friendship circle as well, and that was really some unresolved. I'm not sure I would use the word trauma in comparison to how other people utilize the word trauma, but it was definitely something that I hadn't healed from. And I think that was, whilst that was the pull, and the relationship with my dad, the pull to work through it, that was also a bit of the trepidation that came up for me as well. Yeah, I think it was facing that, really facing that, and being able to actually transition and move forward through it was quite scary at first. It was quite daunting to want to say yes to that, even though I knew I needed that process to heal.
Yeah, and I think that's also, like, I don't know, obviously I don't work with me, so I don't know this process, but I guess when you know you're about to step into something, I think people who usually come into the Divine, they get me, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't invest in it. I think one of the things is knowing that it's gonna get deep, and knowing that things are it's an uncomfortable process for people. It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I had the luxury of you know, obviously I'd been introduced to you by a friend, like following you like through kind of social media. So I was able to see the rawness that you can entice out of people, and, you know, and the growth that that can then enable. So I knew you were somebody that I was able to connect with quite quickly anyway. And I was like, okay, she's not going to let me hide behind these feelings. She's going to make me work through it. And it was definitely worth it. So that it was also, it was having that, even though we haven't physically met, for me, you just kind of know. I don't know if I'm getting like tingles now because I'm a bit cold and it's feeling chilly in here, but you know, when you just get that you can't put your finger on it, you just know you got to do it. And you were part of that draw for me as well.
Oh,
so yeah.
Thank you. And how was your experience of the divine? Because one of the things I love in the testimonials at the end is 90% of people will put this on the form. What they expected is not what they got. So how was your experience of the divine?
I might be a little bit different in that sense then, because I had high expectations, and I know I wanted to work through a lot of feelings, and for someone to encourage me to be like, yeah, it's okay to be exactly who you are, like it's that thing. I can't remember if I said it in the one of the calls. I'm not high maintenance, you're just low energy. And it was stepping into that and being like, do you know what, if I'm too much for you, that's not my problem, that's your problem. So that was something I wanted to get out of it, and I definitely did. I think a lot of stuff, I mean, I didn't expect to find out I was having a baby when we did this, because one of the visualizations was that I was going to have a little girl. You know, so that was something I didn't expect. But do you know what? I think it was actually the thing that I was surprised on is actually acknowledging the relationship with my dad as being something that was being detrimental to my mental health and what I needed as an individual. That was definitely something that took me by surprise. And do you know what? I'm so glad I've done the work for that, and come out, you know, the way that I have. It may not be the end result that I thought was going to happen, but you know what? I feel so much more whole for it. So yeah, I kind of flip between both of them just to be difficult.
I love you anyway, so you can be difficult sometimes. What was your biggest takeaway from the divine?
Visualization is so fucking powerful. So unbelievably powerful. I consider myself a creative type, but sitting there and actually meditating and visualizing something is not as easy as some people make it seem. So that was so powerful for me. You know, I'm not into my manifestations at the moment as much as I was when we were on the divine, because I'm going through so many other things at the moment. But I'm definitely able to kind of sit quietly and imagine, you know, those things coming to me that I know that I deserve now. I mean, you know, imagining your divine goddess, that was some powerful stuff. That was some really powerful stuff. And, you know, and in the box and what you expect in there. I mean, girl, I got the baby girl. I got my baby girl. I got my house. My relationship with my dad is in a place where it may not have gone the way I wanted to, but I feel closure finally. So the visualization for me was, yeah, it gives me tingles when I think about it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you know what's interesting is I done a women's circle a few days ago, a few weeks ago now, and one of the girls from the divine come to that, and I said to her, is there any, because I was talking about the divine, like, Charlotte, is there anything you want to add? And she turned around to everyone, like, what I thought I was going to get from it, I did not get from it. And you know, when you think, no, that's not self, don't say that. And then, God, I got so much
more
than what I realised, and part of that was getting outcomes that she didn't necessarily want or expect in situations.
Yeah. Being uncomfortable and working through it.
Yeah. So that was massive. How is your life since the divine? And I know baby Margaret aside, who's stunning, but like how have things been since you finished the divine? Because I always say to people, it's a never-ending journey, self-love, and you have all the tools, you have the program, you have lifetime access. So what you?
So, I mean, I think for me is knowing that I've got those tools moving forward whenever I need them, whenever I want to either amplify how I'm feeling, or kind of reconnect and kind of, you know, just go inwards and reevaluate, that's a big plus for me, because I think it's so easy. Like if you were to go on to something like the Divine and be like, oh, this is great for this, and then that's it, and it's like, where the hell do you go from there? Because we all know it doesn't just happen in that window. It keeps moving forward. I am in a place where I'm so much more comfortable with owning how I feel and saying it without feeling like I need to shrink myself. Now, I can come across still, I think, to some people as a bit blunt or a bit forward. But you know what? I'm not going to shrink myself for other people. It doesn't matter if it's friends or family or someone new. This is who I am. And I'm in a position now, thanks to the Divine, where I don't feel like I have to then sit there and go, am I too much? Should I have done it this way? Did I need to please that person more? Life is far too short for me to worry about everybody else and their concerns and their hang-ups with me when I feel comfortable with myself and my hang-ups. You know, everybody's got flaws, right? And I'm perfectly okay that one of mine is that I talk too fucking much, I overanalyze, and I say what I think. And I'm okay with that, because that makes up a big part of my personality. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's even now, I know we've not spoken in a little while, but even just kind of stepping back into this energy, it's for me, it's like, holy shit, yeah, Chels, like you may have been like a mum for the last 5 weeks, and you may have been knackered and lacking in sleep, but you are still very much that person that you want to be, you know, from the physical side of things. Because self-love, you know, from your posts recently, it's not just about your physicality, it is about that inner work as well. But there's nothing like going through pregnancy and postpartum for the physical stuff to come up. So, you know, if I sit there and I say to my husband, do you know what, I'm feeling a bit rubbish in my body today, I'm just going to say it, feel it, and move forward. I'm not going to let it kind of cloud me for the whole day anymore. So it's just tools to be able to manage that and kind of know where you can push yourself forward. If you've got the support of other people around you, fantastic, but you are still so capable, and I am still so capable of doing it on my own, and I'm a more effective communicator for it.
Oh, Chelsea, it's been so nice to speak to you again. You know, like, energy through my body. I'm just like, wow.
Okay.
Can't believe. What would you say to anybody who is on the cusp of wanting to join? Because I know for a lot of people, there's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And then awareness for my followers, the other big one. So, any advice you would give to people who are thinking about it, just really feel towards it?
At the end of the day, for anybody that's thinking about it and has come so far as to find you and to even consider it, they're already in the right place.
Yeah.
If they've found you and they've found the opportunity, they found this calling, whether they can recall how they got there or not, take that as your sign to push yourself forward. Take that as a sign that it's perfectly okay for you to do something that's entirely just for you. Be selfish. It's not selfish, but be selfish, and just go for it, because it's great when you're up and you're positive and everything is amazing, but we all go through things. There's all residual things that we struggle to work through, and if you're gonna kind of transcend that and move forward and continue to grow like we all do in a way that's not stagnant, just do the work and take the leap of faith.
Yeah, I love that. How would you sum up, in last question, in 1 or 2 words, how would you sum up the Divine program?
Oh, it's really difficult for something like me, Liz. Fucking epic, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely epic, absolutely epic. It's a group and it's an individual growth. So whilst, you know, I keep in touch every once in a while with the rest of the girls on the group. It's lovely that it is an individual and a group collective, and there's no pressure where that's concerned. So even if you're someone that's apprehensive about being in a session with other women, that's okay to feel vulnerable. But I mean, I've seen some of my friends join the live today. I definitely think as women, we're stepping into a position where you can be uplifted by other women, and it's fucking amazing, and it feels bloody good. So don't hesitate.
Oh, I just love you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Amazing to speak to you. And one of the reasons why it's been so nice is because I just feel like ever since we met, and we've not met in person, but ever just since we crossed over on social media, there's just been this connection between us. And yeah, I'm so grateful you, and I'm so proud of you, and I just love everything that you're doing at the minute.
Oh, thank you. Stop though, because the mummy hormones are still very high at the moment. You don't want me going glazy eyed on your life.
I'm obsessed with her name. Obsessed.
Margot Florence, yeah.
God, it's beautiful.
It means pearl and blossoming or flourishing.
Oh, it's
So yeah, keep an eye out because my next collection will probably have some influence from her. Ironic that her birthstone is a sapphire, like, you know, it's just going to work for me. So yeah, it's factoring into a lot, and she's given me all the motivation I need to keep pushing forward where my business is concerned as well. Because I mean, outside of the divine, I mean, the adventures that you've got coming up, I'm so excited for you, and it makes me excited too when I've got the energy to push back into, you know, my business as well, to really go for it.
yeah.
So
Have
yeah.
you thought about business before you joined? Because I always wear earrings like all the time, and always tagging and stuff where they're from, and it's stunning. The jewelry that you do is stunning, and I know it's something that you're
Thank
very,
you.
and yeah, how gorgeous that it's gonna have a little touch of your little baby girl in it.
Well, it needs to. It would be rude not to, right? I mean, I remember that conversation of pussyfooting around, not quite being ready to tell everybody in the divine that I was pregnant because I wasn't at that 12-week mark, and then being like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to tell you. Like, you're here to support me. I'm going to tell you. So yeah, it's all slotting into place, and it feels really good. It
Oh,
feels good.
thank you so much for joining today. It's been so nice to see
Thank
you.
you for having me. It's so good to see your face.
So much, my love. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. See you later, lovely.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, well, wasn't that just amazing? Can't coo. So we do start the divine in on Monday. So if anybody is watching this and feels the pull, it's just like I get drunk on excitement. If anybody feels the pull, then yeah, hit me up in the DMs. And she has said and give all the energy that I could like literally never give, and it could never come across. So enjoy your day. I will be back at 12:30 with another testimonial, and then back this evening with Terry Ann for another one. All have a gorgeous day. Speak to you soon.